Rad, we're here at the iconic Luna Park in Sydney for a special hands-on with the new Xbox One X console.
What is it like to play games in eye-watering 4K ultra-high definition? Well, we're going to find out right now.
Let's go play!
Goose, there are a ton of new games here on show, as well as some older titles that have been upscaled to 4K, which is really interesting to see.
Plus, there are plenty of games journalists here ready to put the Xbox One X through its paces. Personally, I'm looking forward to some Super Lucky's Tale. What about you?
Ooh, I think I might play some Forza Motorsport 7.
Ah, good choice.
Let's go. I've already pumped other cars.
Give us a little bit of information about what's new in this new console.
Basically power. We wanted to be the most powerful console that ever shipped. Compatibility was another kind of important aspect for us, that all your existing games, apps, and accessories continue to work. And kind of the last one is one we call a craftsmanship. It's the smallest console we've ever shipped as well. But it's also smaller things, just how the box looks, how the box feels. Kind of an example I like to use is when I brought it home, I sat it down on top of my S, and the plug locations were exactly the same. So it's just the little things like that that make a big difference, and that kind of speaks to the craftsmanship point.
Oh, it's too cute. I'm gonna be sick. It's just too colourful. 4K, at least in Australia, is still a fairly new bit of technology. Is this something that's gone into the thinking?
While 4K is an important part of the experience, we really think it's broader. And so even if you have an existing 1080p television, all your existing games actually run better, regardless of your television. They load faster with titles that take advantage of this technology called dynamic resolution. You'll actually have better resolution. You'll have steadier frame rates. Not only will games run better, another technology we're bringing to bear for 1080p televisions is this technology called super sampling. What that does is it renders kind of off screen at 4K and then downsamples it to 1080p before it goes to television. And it provides a crisper image than if you were just going native 1080p.
The competitor, PS4 Pro, is out there as well. That's the other powerful console. Is it something that you're looking at as well, and in terms of what the competitor is doing?
No, it's a good question. Short answer is yes, we're always paying attention to what our competitor's doing. When we kicked off the project, though, we didn't know about the PS4 Pro. So what we did was we worked super closely with our first and third-party development partners. And after talking about the experience, we actually kind of took a step backward and said, here's the power we're going to need to deliver in the box. And so that's kind of how we landed where we landed, both from a timing perspective as well as kind of a horsepower perspective in the box. Because I think if we take a big step back, at the end of the day, we're all gamers. And that's kind of where I always go first, is we're all gamers. And the more we can all remember we're all gamers, I think it's better for everybody.
Okay, there you have it, Rad. We got our hands on the supercharged Xbox One X. I want to know your thoughts.
Well, you think you're going to be blown away with its 4K graphics and HDR, but it's actually a lot more subtle than that. Everything definitely looks crisper, shinier, more beautiful, but it's a lot more iterative than that, rather than revolutionary.
Yeah, I think a lot of the games we saw today definitely look the best we've ever seen them. But you're right, it is something that you notice subtly, and if you're really into the game, you start to forget it as you just focus on how fun the game is. I think what I'm really looking forward to is the potential to harness this power with games in the future. It's nice to see a console that's going to have legs, and that I can't imagine what the games are going to look like in a few years from now.
And it's great that we have this beefy new console for gamers who just want to get as much graphical grunt as they can, but at the same time, not everyone has a 4K TV, so there's still the Slim for that. But overall, I just love seeing new tech.
Oh, me too, Rad. All right, I thought before we go, we're at Luna Park. Should we check out some rides?
Oh yeah, I saw dodgem cars.
Wait, more of a Ferris wheel guy.